Imagine a hillside in ancient Galilee. The sun is coming up and a crowd has gathered. Farmers, fishermen, mothers, children, people who are struggling, people who feel lost. Jesus sits down and begins to speak. What he says will change lives and echo through centuries. But here's what's remarkable. As you listen to his words today, they don't feel ancient at all. They feel like they were spoken directly to your heart, to your struggles, to the world you wake up in every morning. He starts with blessings, not the kind you expect. Not blessed are the successful, or blessed are those who have it all figured out. No, he calls the poor in spirit blessed, those who know they need help, who aren't pretending to be perfect. He says those who mourn, those who are gentle, those who hunger for what's right, they're the ones who are truly blessed. Think about that. In a world that celebrates the loud, the proud, the powerful, Jesus is saying the broken-hearted matter. The quiet ones matter. Those who ache for justice, who lose sleep over what's wrong in this world, they matter most of all. He promises comfort to the sad, mercy to the merciful, and a vision of God to the pure in heart. He tells the peacemakers, the persecuted, the people who feel pushed aside, you matter, you belong. Your gentleness isn't weakness, it's strength. Your tears aren't shameful, they're sacred. Jesus paints a picture of a world turned upside down, and it's breathtaking. He looks at this crowd of ordinary people, people just like you, and says, you are the salt of the earth. You are the light of the world, not you could be or you might become, but you are. Right now, with all your doubts and flaws and fears, you are salt and light. He tells us that our lives matter, not just to us, but to everyone around us. Even the smallest acts of kindness, the smallest flickers of hope, can change the darkness. That smile you give to a stranger, that text you send to check on a friend, that moment when you choose patience instead of anger. Jesus is saying these moments aren't small at all. They're world-changing. But Jesus doesn't stop at comfort. He raises the bar in ways that both challenge and transform us. He says, you've heard it said, don't murder. But I tell you, don't even let anger take root in your heart. He's not just talking about avoiding the big, obvious sins. He's talking about the poison of bitterness, the way resentment slowly kills our souls. He says, you've heard, love your neighbor and hate your enemy. But I tell you, love your enemies. Pray for those who hurt you. This isn't naive optimism. This is revolutionary love. He's asking us to be more than just good people. He's asking us to be people of radical love, the kind that confuses the world because it's so different, so unexpected, so powerful. He talks about forgiveness, not the easy kind, but the kind that sets you free from carrying the weight of other people's wrongs, about letting go of grudges that only hurt you, about not judging others when you know how much grace you need yourself, about giving generously without keeping score, without looking for a reward. Then he says something that speaks directly to every anxious heart. Don't worry about tomorrow. Don't be anxious about what you'll eat or wear. Look at the birds, the flowers. God takes care of them, and he'll take care of you. In our world of endless worry, constant news cycles and financial stress, Jesus is saying, trust. Live with open hands and open hearts. You're more valuable than the birds, more beautiful than the flowers. And if God cares for them, how much more does he care for you? He gives us a simple prayer, the Lord's Prayer. Our Father in heaven, hallowed be your name. Your kingdom come, your will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. It's not just words to recite. It's a prayer that reminds us we're not alone in this universe, that there's a bigger story unfolding, that we belong to a Father who loves us completely, that his kingdom isn't just a future hope. It's something we can experience and build together, right here, right now. Jesus ends with a challenge that rings as true today as it did 2,000 years ago. He says, everyone who hears these words and puts them into practice is like a wise builder who builds their house on rock. When the storms come, and they will, the house stands strong. But everyone who hears and doesn't act is like a fool who builds on sand. He's telling us, don't just listen to these beautiful words and feel inspired for a moment. Don't just admire the teaching and move on. Live it out. Put love into action. Build your life on something solid. On forgiveness instead of revenge. On generosity instead of selfishness. On trust instead of worry. 2,000 years later, the Sermon on the Mount still calls to us. It's not just a set of rules or a nice moral teaching. It's a vision for a new way of living. A way of courage and compassion. Of mercy and forgiveness. Of seeking justice. Making peace. And trusting that you are deeply, completely, eternally loved. It's an invitation to be part of something bigger than yourself. To live in a way that brings heaven to earth. One act of love at a time. So today, whether the sun is shining or the world feels heavy, whether you're on the mountaintop or in the valley, remember this. You are the light of the world. Not someday when you're perfect, not when you have it all figured out, but right now. You are called to love radically, to forgive freely, to bring hope wherever you go. You are called to be salt and light in a world that desperately needs both. And that, more than anything else, is what the Sermon on the Mount is all about. It's about you. It's about now. It's about love that changes everything. Let's go live it.